Hello scholars, today we are going to start chapter number 13, direct and inverse proportions. So first see the definition of direct proportion. So direct proportion, or we can say direct variation, is the relationship between two quantities whose ratio remains constant. Let x and y be two quantities such that x upon y is equal to k. So here k is a constant. Then x and y are in direct proportion or very directly. Now inverse proportion. So inverse proportion is when one quantity increases and the other decreases at the same rate. So let x and y be two quantities such that x into y is equal to k. So here k is a constant. Now let's see exercise 13.1, question number 1. Following are the car parking charges near a railway station up to 4 hours rupees 60, 8 hours rupees 100, 12 hours rupees 140, 24 hours rupees 180. Check if the parking charges are in direct proportion to the parking time. So let's see the solution. So we have the ratio of time period and the parking charges. So this we can write in fraction form, 4 upon 60. Now let's simplify. So both are divisible by 4. So 4 ones are 4 and 4 15 times 60 will come. Second one is 8 hours and rupees 100. So 8 upon 100. Now simplify. So this is coming 2 upon 25. Third one 12 upon 140. Now let's simplify. So it is coming 3 upon 35. Now see the last one 24 hours upon rupees 180. Now let's simplify. So it is coming 2 upon 50. So here scholars you can see all the fractions or all the values are different. It is not equal. So the given quantities are not directly proportional. Now see question number 2. A mixture of paint is prepared by mixing 1 part of red pigments with 8 parts of base in the following table. Find the parts of base that need to be added. So first one is parts of red pigment and second parts of base. So when the red pigment is 1, so base is 8. 4, 7, 12, 20. So we have to find parts of base. Let's see the solution. So suppose the number to be filled in the blanks be a, B, C and D. So these we can write in the fraction form. So 1 upon 8, this is equal to the 4 upon A. Okay. So cross multiply, A into 1 is equal to 4 into 8. So A value is 32. Second one, again we will compare 1 upon 8 is equal to 7 upon B. Now again cross multiply. So it will come B is equal to 7 into 8 means B is equal to 56. Then again we will compare the third one. 1 upon 8 is equal to 12 upon C. Now cross multiply. So it will come C is equal to 96. Same as the last one also we will compare. 1 upon 8 is equal to 20 upon D. Now cross multiply. So D is equal to 160. So the values are 32, 56, 96 and 160. Now see question number 3. In question 2 above, if one part of a red pigment requires 75 ml of base, how much red pigment should we mix with 1800 ml of base? So see the solution. Let the required red pigment be X part. Okay. So this we will write 1 upon X is equal to, the base is given here 75 ml. So 75 ml upon 1800 ml we will write. Now cross multiply. So 1 into 1800 is equal to 75 into X. Now find the value of X. So it is X is equal to 1800 upon 75. So X value is 24 parts. Means the required amount of red pigment is equal to 24 parts. Now see question number 4. A machine in a soft drink factory fills 840 bottles in 6 hours. How many bottles will it fill in 5 hours? See the solution. So here for 6 hours, the number of bottles are given 840 and we have to find for 5 hours. So suppose it is X. Okay. So the two quantities are directly proportional. So we will write in the fraction form 840 upon X is equal to 6 upon 5. Now cross multiply. So 6 into X is equal to 840 into 5. So X value is 5 into 840 upon 6. Simplify. So answer is 700. So the required number of bottles is equal to 700. Next question number 5. A photograph of bacteria enlarged 50,000 times attains a length of 5 cm as shown in the diagram. What is the actual length of the bacteria if the photograph is enlarged 20,000 times only? What would be its enlarged length? So here length we have to find. So you can see this is also in a direct proportion. Means if one is increasing, so another is also increasing here. So write in the fraction form. So this we can write original length is equal to 5 upon 50,000 centimeter. It means it is 1 upon 10,000. So this we can write in the fraction in the power form. So it will come 10 raised to the power minus 4 centimeter. So two quantities are directly proportional. So this we can write 50,000 upon 20,000 is equal to 5 upon X. Now cross multiply. So it will come X is equal to 5 into 20,000 upon 50,000. So X value is 2 centimeter. Now see question number 7. Suppose 2 kg of sugar contains 9 into 10 raised to the power 6 crystals. How many sugar crystals are there in 5 kg of sugar and 1.2 kg of sugar? Let's see the solution. So number of sugar crystals given 9 into 10 raised to the power 6. So weight is what? 2 kg. And now we don't know how many sugar crystals. So this we can suppose it is X and weight is given 5 kg. So again two quantities are directly proportional. So 9 into 10 raised to the power 6 upon X is equal to 2 upon 5. Now cross multiply. So 2x is equal to 5 into 9 into 10 raised to the power 6. So x is equal to 5 into 9 into 10 raised to the power 6 upon 2. Now simplify. So it will come 45 upon 2 into 10 raised to the power 6. So answer is what? 2.25 into 10 raised to the power 7. So the required number of sugar crystals, this is 2.25 into 10 raised to the power 7. Second one we have to find for 1.2 kg of sugar. So here suppose the number of sugar crystals are Y. So again these two are in directly proportion. So 9 into 10 raised to the power 6 upon Y is equal to 2 upon 1.2. Cross multiply. So 2y is equal to 1.2 into 9 into 10 raised to the power 6. Now simplify. So it will come y is equal to 5.4 into 10 raised to the power 6. This is the answer. Now see question number 8. Rashmi has a road map with a scale of 1 centimeter representing 18 kilometer. She drives on a road for 72 kilometer. What would be her distance covered in the map? So let required distance be x centimeter. Okay. So again you can see here both the quantities are in direct proportion. So this we can write 1 upon x is equal to 18 upon 72. Now cross multiply. So 18x is equal to 1 into 72. So x value is 1 into 72 upon 18. So x value is 4 centimeter. Means the distance covered in the map, that is 4 centimeter. So scholars, your exercise number 13.1 completed. Now see exercise 13.2. Let's see question number 1. Which of the following are in inverse proportions? So here we have to write which one is in inverse proportion. First one, the number of workers on a job and the time to complete the job. So here the number of workers increase. So the job will take less time to complete. Okay. So that's why they are inversely proportional. Second one, the time taken for a journey and the distance traveled in a uniform speed. So for more time, more distance to travel. That's why they are not inversely proportional. Third, area of cultivated land and the crop harvested. So more area of land cultivated, more crop to harvest. That's why they are not inversely proportion. See the fourth one. The time taken for a fixed journey and the speed of the vehicle. So if speed is increased, it will take less time to complete the fixed journey. That's why they are inversely proportional. Last one, the population of a country and the area of land per person. So if the population of country increases, then the area of land per person will be decreased. That's why they are inversely proportional. Now see the question number 2. In a television game show, the prize money of rupees 1 lakh is to be divided equally amongst the winners. Complete the following table and find whether the prize money given to an individual winner is directly or inversely proportional to the number of winners. So here one table is given, number of winners and prize for each winners. So here we have to find the values of prize for each winner. Suppose it is A, B, C, D and E. So see first two values. 1 into 1 lakh and 2 into 50,000. When we will multiply these two, so both the answers are coming 1 lakh only. Okay, both are equal. That's why they are inversely proportional. It means all the values are inversely proportional. Now see the next one. Same as we can compare and we can find the values. So 2 into 50,000, this is equal to 4 into A. So A value is 2 into 50,000 upon 4 means 25,000. Now same as B value we will find. 2 into 50,000 is equal to 5 into B. So B is equal to 2 into 50,000 upon 5. So B value is 20,000. Next one, 2 into 50,000 is equal to 8 into C. So C is equal to 2 into 50,000 upon 8. So C value is 12,500. Next, 2 into 50,000 is equal to 10 into D. So D is equal to 2 into 50,000 upon 10. So D value is 10,000. Same as the last one, 2 into 50,000 is equal to 20 into E. So E is equal to 2 into 50,000 upon 20. So E value is 5,000. So the values are 25,000, 20,000, 12,500, 10,000 and 5,000. Now see question number 3. Rahman is making a wheel using spokes. He wants to fix equal spokes in such a way that the angles between any pair of consecutive spokes are equal. Help him by comparing the following tables. So you can see here one table is given. In this number of spokes are given 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12, and angle between a pair of consecutive spokes are given 90 degree and 60 degree. Rest we have to find. So suppose the rest are A, B and C. So first we will check first two are in inverse proportion or not. So same as the previous question, we will multiply 4 into 90 degree is equal to 6 into 60 degree. So both answers are coming 360 degree. Okay, that's why the two quantities are inversely proportion. So same as we will find A, B and C values. So 4 into 90 degree is equal to 8 into A. So A is equal to 4 into 90 degree upon 8. So A value is 45 degree. Now 4 into 90 degree is equal to 10 into B. So B is equal to 4 into 90 degree upon 10. So B value is 36 degree. Now the last one, 4 into 90 degree is equal to 12 into C. So C is equal to 4 into 90 degree upon 12. So C value is 30 degree. So answers are 45 degree, 36 degree and 30 degree. Now see the first one. Here it is given are the number of spokes and the angles formed between the pairs of consecutive spokes in inverse proportion. So yes, they are in inverse proportion. Second one, calculate the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes on a wheel with 15 spokes. So same as the previous question, we will solve it. 4 into 90 degree is equal to 15 into x. So x is equal to 4 into 90 upon 15. So answer is 24 degree. Third one, how many spokes would be needed if the angle between a pair of consecutive spokes is 40 degree? So 4 into 90 degree is equal to y into 40 degree. So y is equal to 4 into 90 degree upon 40 degree. So y is equal to 9 spokes. So the required number of spokes is 9. Now see question number 4th. If a box of sweets is divided among 24 children, they will get 5 sweets each. How many would each get if the number of the children is reduced by 4? So first make the table. Number of children are given 24. So each can get the sweets 5. And if the number of children will reduce, okay, means 4 will reduce, so it will come 24 minus 4, it means 20. So number of sweets, suppose it is A. So we can see here, on increasing the number of children, number of sweets got be each will be less. So they are in inverse proportion, means x1 into y1 is equal to x2 into y2. So x1 is 24 and y1 is 5 and x2 is 20 and y2 suppose it is A. So 24 into 5 is equal to 20 into A. So A value is 6. So number of sweets is equal to 6. Now see question number 5. A farmer has enough food to feed 20 animals in his cattle for 6 days. How long would the food last if there were 10 more animals in his cattle? Means here we will add 10. So make the table. Number of animals is equal to 20. So number of days is equal to 6. Now number of animals is 30. So number of days, suppose it is P. So it is in inverse proportion. So 20 into 6 is equal to 30 into P. So P is equal to 20 into 6 upon 30. So P is equal to 4. Now see question number 7th. A batch of bottles were packed in 25 boxes with 12 bottles in each box. If the same batch is packed using 20 bottles in each box, how many boxes would be filled? See the solution. If the number of bottles is increased, then the required number of boxes will be decreased. Okay. So two quantities are in inverse proportion. So we can suppose the number of boxes are x. So 25 into 12 is equal to x into 20. So x is equal to 25 into 12 upon 20. So x value is 15. So the required number of boxes are 15. Now see question number 9. A car takes 2 hours to reach a destination by traveling at the speed of 60 km per hour. How long will it take when the car travels at the speed of 80 km per hour? So here on increasing the speed, it will take less time to travel distance. That's why two quantities are in inverse proportion. So speed in kilometer 60, so time is 2 hours. Now speed is 80, so suppose time is x. So 60 into 2 is equal to 80 into x. So x is equal to 60 into 2 upon 80. So x is equal to 3 upon 2 means 1 whole 1 upon 2 hours. So the required time is equal to 1 whole 1 upon 2 hours. So scholars, your 13th chapter completed. For worksheet, you can see the link given in the description box. Thank you everyone.